Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Unscripted series. And my name is Yasapma. I'm going to be your host today as well. Sometimes they say love never dies, but there are some people that feel that love can actually travel its course and die eventually, whether natural or not. Today on Unscripted series, we are looking at when love dies. There is actually a situation that we'll be looking at. I'll be reading it to all of us. Then when I'm done, I'll be having the discussion with my guests who are seated right here with me. Do follow us on all our social media handles at the Unscripted series. And thank you so much, Bevy, for my makeup. You can follow her at Bevy_Yeboah on Instagram. Get interactive with me as well at Y_Sapoma on Instagram and Y Sapoma on Twitter. I'll be right back after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Legendary Capital Event Center. Legendary Capital Event Center is a beautiful event center in Dansoman, Accra. Our event center venue is ideal for hosting events such as weddings and parties. Our beautiful event center in Dansoman is suitable for conferences, corporate programs, and various events. We provide a stunning and serene environment that helps create beautiful and memorable moments. Look nowhere else for your next event than Legendary Capital Event Center in Dansoman. You can call the numbers 055-1477-555 or 055-1477-444 for more information. Come one, come all for an awesome experience at our
Welcome back. If you're just joining us today, we are looking at love. Does it really die? Does it stay with us until we are no more? And to do the discussion with me, as I said, we have a situation to look at, but I have two wonderful guests in here to do the discussion with me. I have a lady, I have a gentleman. I love breaking protocols, so I'm going to start with the gentleman. Hello, Kweku.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you. It's nice to see in person after all these years.
I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, I've been monitoring you small.
Monitoring spirit.
Monitoring spirit. This is a good one.
yeah. No, it's good to be here.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Next to Kweku, I have Margaret. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's a joy to have you, always.
Thank you.
And I always learn something. So today I'm going to learn something again.
Right.
Okay, so guys, we have a situation to deal with today. So there's a story that came in. I'm going to read the story, and when we are done, we'll delve into it, and then we'll discuss how best we can help this person that sends in the story. So the story goes, Dear Ya, my name is Nana Yao. I chanced upon your channel on YouTube, and I must say you and your panelists are doing a great job with the kind of conversations you have on your show. I'm a very unhappy married man, and if it is not for my children, I would have filed for a divorce a long time ago. I've been married for 8 years with 2 amazing children. In these 8 years that I have been married, I have been emotionally and verbally abused, insulted, disrespected, and treated like a nobody, all because I haven't been in a position to provide as a man for my family. Sometimes I feel like my wife never loved me. That maybe she got married to, that maybe she didn't get married, she didn't get to marry the person she really wanted to. My wife is fully employed in one of the biggest banks in the country and is paid very well. She knows how I have been struggling over the years to provide for our home. And even though she is capable of helping, she has never lifted a finger to help me all these years. Nothing about me concerns her. Sometimes I have to borrow from friends and family just to cater for her and my children. She on many occasions compared me to other male friends of hers and her ex-boyfriend. I am married yet living my life like a bachelor because I don't have enough for her to prepare food for the home and also cater for other personal needs of hers like other men do for their wives. Is it a crime to tell my wife I don't have money? She on many occasions watched me walk to work because I didn't have transportation and constantly throw it to my face that as a man, I should be able to fully cater for my home. Knowing my situation, I am always very depressed. I am just grateful for my family and friends who give me hope. I won't say she's a bad woman, but I was not the right person for her to have agreed to marry if she wasn't ready to build a gradual future with someone. I am really suffering, and at this point in my life, I don't love any longer. I don't feel any sexual attraction for her as well. We now live like roommates. Even if she decides to change today, I won't be able to love her. I will not feel anything for her. I don't hate her, but I can't love her again no matter what. Please advise me on what to do.
What to do?
Yeah, it's sad. What was your initial reactions to this?
Well, okay, so it's multi-layered. There's a lot of different layers that we have to peel off and unpack, right? So first of all, I think that he has to understand that there is a biological instinct that exists in both men and women, right? The biological instinct in a man is to go hunting, right? And to catch whatever you hunt and to bring, but not just to eat for yourself, but to provide for those who you are responsible for. Okay, it's a biological instinct. There's the issue of culture and tradition, and then there's modernity in the way things are done. All of those exist. But for a woman, she also has the biological instinct. And the biological instinct is the woman is an incubator. She's the one who, she's a multiplier. She's if you give a woman 10 CDs, she can figure out a way of making it do what 100 CDs would do. You know, it's instinctive. These things are natural and innate in the two different genders that exist, right? Now, you marry a woman, you do have to understand that there is a part of her that has an expectation, okay, of being provided for. Okay, now, that is instinct and nature. Then there's tradition and background and upbringing. So this woman, his wife, sounds like someone who has been brought up with the, I don't know if it's an Akan adage, but it says that what you, as a man, what you have, what you make is for us. What the woman makes is for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's for her and her family members, but not for us. Do you get it? Now, there are all kinds of problems with this thinking. Even though we've sort of lived with it and, you know, people have practiced it on different levels and all of that throughout the ages, I think that when you come into the modern era, there's an attempt to marry westernized norms of living, as in partnership, and you're my husband, you're my wife, I take care of you, you take care of me. And then in the background is lurking this traditional thing where it's like the woman doesn't have to lift a finger if she chooses not to. But however, I would like to intervene even in what I'm saying, and say that when you look at our traditional setting, women were very much not involved in the corporate structured life of doing things, but were extremely industrious and business minded. Okay, so women, I would say, were the by far, when we talk about entrepreneurship that has come up these days, my women were doing this from forever ago. You know, where women would, I mean, a wife would take, you know, whether it is food business or trading business, there'll be something that she'll be doing even as she's at home, right? But it's something that was done flexibly to allow her to have time to also look after the kids and all of that. But women were always industrious and doing things. What has happened now is that a lot of women now have moved into the corporate world, okay? And kudos to women for, you know, picking up the game and moving into the corporate world. But then it means that there has to be a discourse, a conversation between husband and wife on a case-by-case basis to say, what are our expectations of each other, you know, as we're going into this marriage. We can't go blind. We can't go and pretend as though things will automatically figure themselves out, because we are, as a society, we're in a bit of a flux. We're in a place where part of our thinking is Western, part of our thinking is traditional, part of our thinking is biological. And a lot of Ghanaians, I would say, are very confused, do you see, as husbands and then as wives. So you find that a woman, on one hand, may expect her husband to provide 100%, but that culture came from a place where the woman was not going to the office. You see, that's where it comes from. So if you have that expectation whilst you are also going to the office, then that expectation is misplaced. You know, so these are some of, I mean, there's more to it, but these are some of the initial thoughts that I've been thinking.
You have the word. Maggie, I was so same to you. I mean, from the woman's side, or be a woman, seeing the story and imagining the situation, what was going through your head?
Okay, so when God created women, were the last people to be created. And so it clearly tells you that everything was created for us to come and enjoy. So we didn't struggle. We are just to be pampered. And so that I see every woman wants to be pampered. We are the last ones of creation. And so it is not out of place if she wants the husband to take care of her. I mean, it's not out of place. But how she is going about it as a woman, I feel like even friends, we help them. And this is a union where you have kids involved. Even if it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, you still want to see the good. You still want to bring out the best in him. You don't want to expose the nakedness of each other. And that is why you are in that union. But you can see that she is just taking an entrenched position. This is me. I am not going to help you. Clearly, she's already divorced. I mean, in her heart, she's already divorced, because I don't see this marriage going on. There's no marriage. Like the man clearly said, they are roommates. And this woman is making it hell for him. She's disrespecting him, abusing him, and the man is depressed. So the next time we come is a different story. So I think that the woman, I'm talking as a woman, she's not been fair to the man, because this is partnership. And as such, you are supposed to protect each other. You're supposed to be there for each other, nurture the relationship. Clearly, there is no love from her side, and love should grow. And the elements are not in there. So we need to have a conversation with the woman.
I mean, before I go back to Kweku, beyond the disrespect, is it wrong for her to feel, well, you need to provide for me? Let's put the disrespect is bad, the insults and all that aside, but is it wrong for the woman to expect the man to provide, and 100%?
It's not wrong for her to expect, but you see, like Kweku was saying, we've brought in Western culture as in a whole different angles. So there's westernization, there's culture, there's tradition, there's economic roles. Now women are working. Unlike those days where the woman's place was in the home, they were domesticated. Now things have changed. And clearly she is working in a corporate organization where she's being paid so well. So and there are kids involved. So if your husband is struggling, you should be in the position. That is why you are a helpmate. Where his strength fails, that is when you come in. Every woman is protective and supportive of the union, and you want your marriage to stand. You don't want outsiders to know what is going on. And our mothers work really hard to support the family, even when our daddies were not working. But this is somebody who is working and is doing well. It's not like you are doing menial jobs. Even people who does menial jobs are still able to provide and cater for the family. So not someone who is working. And the man is also doing some, but it is not enough. So it looks like what she feels what the man is bringing on board is not enough, even though he's still struggling. So maybe we need to look at what work the man is doing as well and how best. But this is the woman, and she's not even ready to help him. The woman is not ready to. Sometimes you want to propel your husband to climb to higher height. That is the dream of every woman in marriage. Even boyfriend relationship, we still support. We go to the extent of paying school fees. you know, we go to the extent of going to buy cars for Uber so that they get something doing. So clearly the woman is not ready for this union to thrive.
Okay, Kwaku, I want to. What went wrong? Did the man do anything wrong? Did he overlook something?
Well, a number of things I think I can think of. So first of all, I think communication is absolutely critical in every relationship. In this case here, I suspect that there's been a lot of expectations and lack of timely responses to the changing situations that have been happening. So for example, if there is no, you know that she's expecting, let's say there's been a conversation about an electricity bill, for example, right? And you're taking care of the bills. Then there's not enough money to take care of the coming bill. And there's no conversation about it, right? It's like, I think that the conversation has to be, can you step in for me for the next 2-3 months? I need to try and figure certain things out. I'll come back. I'll pay you back for what you put in, and then I'll take over, right? It will make the lady a little more forgiving, a little more patient, because you brought it up. You didn't wait for the situation to hit us. You brought it up. You asked me to step in. I want to also feel that I'm useful in this whole conversation. I almost kind of feel like she feels taken for granted, you know. So yes, there's a part where we look at her and say, she's not tried, she has not done well. But she's responding to something that's coming from the man, you see. So my question is, has he been responsive in talking to her about his challenges as they're happening? Because he's not that he's unemployed though. He's working. It's just that the income flow has diminished to a point where he's not able to keep up his obligations, right? So this is where the challenge is. Now, I would say that the communication aspect is what seems to have broken down, more so than the challenges that they faced individually or on his side. You see, it's more of communication that has really broken down. Because for him to get to a point where he says, I wonder if she ever really loved me.
Yeah.
To me, that speaks to a challenge of we are not talking to each other.
Now, Maggie, I'm coming to you. We'll be going on a commercial break soon. But before we go, he did mention of something that, and from the story as well, that he doesn't think that she ever loved him from the beginning. But I don't think anyone marries their enemy. Then my question is, does love die?
Yes, love dies. Because we have seen relationship, not just marriage, just normal friendship. And once you write the person off, that's it. For me as a person, if you are my friend and I'm struggling so hard to be in your space, that's it for me. No matter how, there are some people you try so much to get into their good books, but your good is not enough for them. You just have to move on. So love dies, yeah.
All right, so according to Maggie, love dies. But that's something for you to point out about as we go on this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Legendary Capital Event Center. Legendary Capital Event Center is a beautiful event center in Dansoman, Accra. Our event center venue is ideal for hosting events such as weddings and parties. Our beautiful event center in Dansoman is suitable for conferences, corporate programs, and various events. We provide a stunning and serene environment that helps create beautiful and memorable moments. Look nowhere else for your next event than Legendary Capital Event Center in Dansoman. You can call the numbers 055-14-77-555 or 055-14-77-444 for more information. Come one, come all for an awesome experience at our beautiful.
Back, and this is the Unscripted series. My name is Yasafma. Today we are looking at when one falls out of love or when love dies in a relationship. And there's a story that we are dealing with of a married man who's falling out of love. Though still in the marriage, he doesn't seem to know what to do next. I'm coming to you, Kweku. Before we went on commercial break, Margaret says that we can fall out of love. Is that same for you? Because for this situation, for instance, you are hopeful the man can do something to change the situation. Would it be right for me to think that you don't believe that one can fall out of love?
Oh no, as for falling out of love, it happens.
Okay.
Because again, remember what I said, that love is circumstantial, highly circumstantial. So your emotions will be different when the circumstances are different, and so it's the current set of circumstances that are creating the emotional difficulty for the wife, and that's why she's reacting the way she's doing to the man, and then he's now also feeling the way he's feeling because of her reaction to him, right? And he doesn't seem to he has a difficulty with it because he says that only because I'm not bringing in as much as I could have, and so she's doing all this to me only because. But you see, to her, it's a very big deal that you are not. Now, her challenge is that she's doing a lot of comparisons. She's comparing not only with her exes, but she's also comparing with men who are her colleagues currently in her corporate field.
Perhaps even men that are toasting her.
Perhaps there's all of those possibilities that are there, right? And so it's critical that he needs to create a roadmap out of where he is. Now, the roadmap can be, I'm working on my marriage, I'm going to fix things. We can show you how to go about it. Or I'm exiting because I think this is beyond repair, right? At the point where it's beyond repair, then it means he has said to himself that I have no feelings for her anymore that are worth working on.
I think he said it because even he said that
he doesn't
even
hate
if she
him.
changes, he
Exactly.
doesn't want.
And
He's not interested
No,
Yes,
he's
he's not
out of it.
anymore.
And
Usually though, for a man who has been in a love relationship for 8 years, right? When he says, even if she changes, I'm no longer interested, it means his foot is on something else. For a man.
Okay.
I don't know about women, but I can tell you for a man, the point where he gets to say that even if she changes, somebody that you've been in love with before, you have kids with, even if she changes, you're not interested.
Well, when you say his leg is
the foot is on
somewhere
something
else, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to assume. What does that mean?
Somebody has shown him what is possible that he's not getting from home. Somebody has shown him the potential of what he can get. And that's what he's aspiring to. And so even if she changes, I'm no longer interested. I have moved on. But men don't move on into a vacuum. They move on to something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the look on your face. Why that look though?
I'm quite surprised. I mean, this is coming from a man, so it's like, okay. So when men move or they have a decision, so it means they have some.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I've experienced a few of that.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
they always, and I've heard people talk
yeah.
about it. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
Interestingly, yesterday I was listening to Miles Monroe on something, and it's the same thing. So
really?
they don't just move.
no turning back.
Yeah, they move to one, and when he goes and it doesn't look too good, and he sees that you are going onward, and he comes back and see if he can find space to come back in.
No, but if we are saying, okay, he is moving to something else, has the problem been solved? Has the situation changed? Because it is still the same problem. Or now he's found somebody who is more accommodating,
Yep.
who
Perhaps.
is
That's what it
more
is.
sober, who is
That's what
giving
it is.
him all the attention.
Yeah, and the support.
Even in his
though
circumstances, yeah.
So then I will understand, because this is a man who loves the kids, you know, and he is the decision is difficult because of the kids.
Yeah.
You understand? It's because of the kids. If not, then he would have opted out a long time ago. So he is trying to jaw and see how best he can still get the marriage together and not hurt the kids. But at this point, he's made a decision.
Yeah.
And so he just have to work out.
Yeah, because for me,
a separation would do to start with.
yeah,
Maybe
because
to
for me,
separate.
when you look at the story, even though he's in because of the kids, I think he should be out. I am thinking
Yes.
because
We are
she's not doing anything to help. Yes. Yes, she's not doing anything to help.
Kids are always a caveat
You're
when it
providing for
comes
the
to-
kids, for her, for your home. She's looking at you walk to work. She's not doing anything. So if you're staying out of the house,
Yeah.
there's no difference.
He's remembering his marriage vows. For better, for worse.
Then we are going to agree. If that's the case, then we agree with what Kweku says. Then he can change the situation around.
That is, if she is ready to.
All right. Your final words to him and to possibly people who are in such situations.
So I would say that we need to always keep hope alive in all situations, and we shouldn't expect too much from people. Our expectations of people will cause us to be disappointed. So in as much as you love someone, tell yourself that he's just a human being. Anything can happen at any time. And so when that situation comes, you will not kill yourself and beat yourself to it. People are dying, and you don't want you to be added to the statistics of people who are depressed in marriages and relationships. Find somebody to talk to. Find a therapist. It will go a long way to help.
All right, Rego,
Yeah.
speak to him.
Keep hope alive. You shouldn't have waited to this point to seek help. You should have started seeking help a couple of years ago when you could see the writing on the wall, because it never comes to this point quickly. Like, it takes time and it builds. So at this point, way forward, keep hope alive. Talk to somebody who inspires you, somebody who's like a mentor figure. Seek their advice, because usually there are things that the person will see and can advise on based on what they know about you, what they know about her, that can easily be a small key in a big door that will solve a problem. Yeah.
All right, indeed, hope does not disappoint. This is all the time would allow us to do. I hope that we would have time to do further discussions into some of these, but I've learned a lot here, and I hope that you did as well. Thank you guys for making time to be with me. I always learn a lot from you. Thank you so much. Kweku,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Maggie, we'll keep up again. Thank you so much. So it's a wrap from all of us here in studio. Do follow us on all our social media handles at the Unscripted series. Just as we receive this letter, if you have any situation, you can reach us to us, DM us with your letters. I will read them, we'll discuss them, and hopefully we can help you solve some of these situations. Get interactive with me as well on Instagram at y_sapma. Do have a lovely day.
Welcome to Legendary Capital Event Center. Legendary Capital Event Center is a beautiful event center in Dansoman, Accra. Our event center venue is ideal for hosting events such as weddings and parties. Our beautiful event center in Dansoman is suitable for conferences, corporate programs, and various events. We provide a stunning and serene environment that helps create beautiful and memorable moments. Look nowhere else for your next event than Legendary Capital Event Center in Dansoman. You can call the numbers 055-14-77-555 or 055-14-77444 for more information. Come one, come all for an awesome experience at our beautiful event center.